Hello everybody, this is Rajeshwari from Soul Tuning. It is day 30 of my 90-day transformation in the raw. Officially after today, first 30 days down, first third of the program down, and feeling pretty good. Definitely sore in my body from golfing yesterday just because I hadn't used these muscles in a while, so it's a good soreness. And yesterday I talked about this idea of getting out of your own way, and I want to elaborate on that a little bit more. I had this mantra coming up this morning, and there's that saying, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? The mantra this morning was more around, what would you do if you had no fear? No fear getting in the way. And sure, there's fear of failure, but fear of being rejected, fear of not being loved, it's similar. Fear of not being rejected, not being loved, not failing, fear of not dying, that you actually be around, just all this futurizing, fear of the future. And just fathoming that for a minute and sitting back and going, okay, so in a perfect world, your perfect world, which can be perfect and it is possible, what would I do? Just giving yourself that breather to connect. And it's been coming up for me because I feel like I've got this hand on my back from spirit, God, consciousness, creator, energetic forces, however you want to call it. But I've got this consistent hand on my back, and it's like not letting up. And it's been there for several months now and constantly pushing me forward. And of course I'm opening up and I'm embracing challenge, and that's what is allowing this to happen consistently. But as this happens, and it's like, okay, there's no more time to sit around and wait. There's no time like right now. And that's what keeps coming through. There's no time like right now. So when that happens, as that's been happening to me, it's been pushing everything up, and I can see it, like fears and emotions and ideas and rejections and all kinds of stuff that's been going on. Belief systems that I've accepted as true, that's been going on since I was a child. And all of it's coming up. And maybe I'm not actually on the stage performing for it to come up, right? I'm not actually in the actual action that will force it to come up. But because I'm being so open and ready and listening, I'm listening very much, I'm already moving into the idea of the action. I'm moving into it at a cellular level as if it's happening right now. And in a safe container of my own home, it's allowing me to process all my feelings around ideas like that. The sun. That's better, huh? And so I'm actually going through it as if the actual action I'm considering or whatever is actually happening. So which is good because I get to process it in the place of my own home, and that's what's been coming up, is this idea of what would you do if you had no fear? And because ultimately, it's not about what happens outside of you. It's not about, is this person going to like me? I'm going to do this, but is this person going to like me? And if they don't like me, and if they don't like what I'm doing, if they reject what I'm doing, then I'm just going to stop. Or this idea of, I'm a yoga teacher, right? And I want to do this. I want to be an artist. I want to play the piano. I want to make money off of it, right? I want to be able to serve the world and be of purpose. But there's so many yoga teachers and there's so many artists, and who's gonna like my work? I mean, I have to compete with all these others. Let me tell you something. It's not about competition, because guess what? There are billions and billions of people on this planet. And if you're trying to be the best, there actually is no such thing as the best, because we are all not the same people. So if there's diversity in the people that are receiving you, there's going to be diversity in the creators. Not everybody likes everything, right? So first and foremost, there's no the best. Second of all, if there wasn't a purpose for you, and if you weren't meant to be, then you wouldn't be. Every single you exist because there is a purpose for you. You exist because there's a need for you and what you have to bring to the table. And yeah, maybe you're a yoga teacher or whatever, standing next to 100 others, but there is not one being on this planet that is a yoga teacher as you. I think we get caught up in the commodity and we objectify ourselves and we turn it into a number. And it's that self-defeatist. It's that self-defeatist way of being that puts us in a position where we're competing with everybody else, where we get nowhere. And we end up just throwing up our hands and sitting on the couch and, in a sense, wasting our life away. Because we're not thriving. We're not being our true self. You know, maybe thinking back when I was a child, if I wanted to do something, I went out and did it. I went out and did it. I didn't sit back and contemplate and overanalyze and consider, should I actually build a sandcastle? You know? What's gonna happen if I build a sandcastle? Is it going to stand out? Is it gonna look good? And we start picking those thoughts and that way of being up as a child because of our environment and what we're taught in schools and all kinds of stuff. But there was a time where you didn't consider that. Maybe it was before 2, I don't know. Or maybe you brought it into this life because you're still dealing with it from a past life. So yeah, just getting out of the way of yourself, really looking at your self-defeatist attitude and energy and thoughts that come up, and putting a spotlight on them, questioning them, looking at them for what they are. And I know one thing that helps to reduce the self-defeatist attitude is the minute you feel inspiration, getting up and doing it, or getting up and walking towards it, making a motion. Whether you're walking towards the piece of paper to write something down, whether you're walking towards your instrument in the other room, whether you're walking towards the kitchen to finally create that awesome meal, cake or whatever you've been wanting to create, getting up and just doing it. Or if you can't do it right then when the inspiration's happening, getting up and writing down the ideas and setting a time aside to make it happen, to do it. Yeah, that's what I've been processing over the past 24 hours, and it's all this emotion around not being good enough, not being where I think I should be at this age, not having enough qualifications to do what I want to do. But none of this is true. When I sit back and I look at it from a logical mind, it's like, no. Qualifications are not just a certification on a piece of paper. Qualifications are also experience. And experience is actually even more important than a certification on a piece of paper, because if all you have is an education from a book, you still don't know anything, because you haven't internalized and acquired that information at a cellular level. And until you do it at a cellular level, you don't have wisdom, right? The book doesn't teach you how to apply it in the world of many different shades and colors, many different perspectives. That is true qualification. That is wisdom, is being out in the world and experiencing it. And from that place, you can acquire more book education around it, but the book education is also transforming day by day. You can't go back and look at a book from an old school system when everything is rapidly changing around us, generation to generation, heading in new, evolving and heading in new places, going where no one has gone before. So, yeah, I wanted to share some of those feelings and with you, because I know most of us suffer from that. And there's Squeaks. Hi, baby. Hi, Squeaks. Good morning. Good morning, buddy. Good to see you. Okay, we're good now, I think. Yeah. So I wanted to share a little bit of that rawness around this subject, because it's brewing inside of me like a volcano, and currently processing it and letting it flow, letting it move through versus trying to suppress it. Taking this opportunity as it's moving through, and that it's raw and in the moment, in the present moment, to see it because it's talking to me, versus trying to push it aside for another time. This is when I'm going to find out the most information about it. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and love to hear from you and what's going on with your self-defeatist, and what keeps you back, what holds you back, what keeps you sitting on the couch when really you want to get up and dance. So leave your comments, share, Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We'll keep this ball rolling for the next 60 days. And yeah, till next time, much love and blessings to you.